Walt Disney created rich, vibrant fantasies with his animation, but his inspirations were firmly rooted in the real world. A just-opened exhibit at the Met, inspiring Walt Disney, the animation of French decorative arts, showcases how historical European design influenced both the animator and those that worked for him. The exhibition goes back to the post-World War I era, when a 16-year-old Disney traveled to France to work for the Red Cross. He fell in love with the buildings and the art. A subsequent trip through Europe in 1935, when he was in his 30s, provided further inspiration. He filmed the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles during those travels. Decades later, its design would be used as a clear reference by Disney artists for the backdrop for the famed ballroom scene in 1991's Beauty and the Beast. "He sucked it all up like a sponge," said 36-year-old Wolf Burchard, a Met associate who curated the new display, which is on until March 6 and already drawing lines outside the galleries. Disney's travels also opened his eyes to Gothic revival architecture, which made its way into 1950s Cinderella, and of medieval art, which inspired the look of 1959's Sleeping Beauty. While some inspirations, such as modeling Sleeping Beauty off of medieval tapestries, are direct and specific, Disney drew on others, such as Rococo references for the Lumiere character in Beauty and the Beast. More generally, the end product often doesn't look like the original source of inspiration, and I think that's really important, said Burchard, because that shows that Disney animators are not just unimaginatively copying their forebears, but they're actually creating something new. Here, the backstories of 4 items, and how they influenced Walt Disney & Co. Disneyland in California, the fantasy park that opened in 1955 across 160 acres of former orange groves, finds its roots in something much smaller. The late American artist Narcissa Blackthorne's 1930s miniature period rooms, dozens of small-scale reproductions of stately European, American, and Asian interiors, caught the eye of Walt Disney in 1939, while on display in San Francisco. These rooms were created for Americans who couldn't travel abroad, and because they are so extremely accurate, they really help in the imaginative leap of traveling, said Burchard. At the Met, visitors can see Thorne's roughly 18 by 24 by 23 inch miniature French boudoir from the Louis XV period, which shows a room crowned with a chandelier that's surrounded by walls with ornate moldings. Such detailed recreations compelled Disney to initially conceive of Disneyland as a model town, with particular attention to imaginative play. "They are about this childlike fantasy," said Burchard of Thorne's rooms. "This idea of escapism, of letting your imagination run free, children looking at it, and letting their minds travel."